Hello! Well, last time we left off at the edge of a rather serious series of bosses. I've taken the liberty of clearing out the things in between myself and those confrontations to sort of sidestep the less interesting content around here. Well, we'll begin with Malagaro, a boss which scares me quite a bit, because his attack pattern is very simple, but also difficult for me to deal with. That spread of projectiles there. Chaos damage, of course. Very difficult to avoid. Come on. There we go. I need to be careful around that. And of course landmines. Those are the main things that deal that chaos damage.
I need more mana.
You the greatest form. I never sculpt.
I hate to be critical, but I've seen better. Too much clutter.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to throw away some of the things that I didn't need. Malagaro, Malachi. The names sound similar, but try not to mix them up. Well, some of these links look interesting, but right now I need the ones that I've got. Also, I don't see any boots. Oh well. Let me first fix up that inventory problem. It won't take long.
Yes?
1, 2, 3. That should help.
Until next time.
And here I was going out of my way to prevent interruptions like that. Ooh, if chaos damage is bad now, I can only guess at what it's going to be like later in the game. Chaos resistance is a huge pain, but I may have to find some somewhere. Not quite sure how. Oh, Dewedre. I don't actually know what she did during most of the story, but I can tell you how the fight goes. Those circles on the ground represent curses. This one has vulnerability. There's also enfeeble and... oh, what's the other one? The one that slows you. I forget the name exactly.
Oh, Doage. We witches have to have some standards.
Okay, I like that line too. And considering who that's coming from, Doidiri must have been really far off. Although if you take a close look at her character model, it's easy to see why she would think that. I mean, if you take a look at the boss's character model. I'm afraid I didn't have time to do that myself. But it's not a pretty sight. Oh, temporal chains. That's the last one. And the curses rotate every now and then. Both Enfeeble and the defense lowering one are okay by me, but I don't want to be slowed down. Ooh, I definitely want more life. But you know what? I want to make my way up towards this away, because there are a whole bunch of tasty lightning nodes up there. Well, before I do that, I want to check for other fun stuff, like Elementalist. Well, maybe later, because I don't need more resistances right now. Wow, this is actually a more difficult decision than I thought. Oh, yes. This is good. Life and Chaos Resistance. Speaking of Chaos, and having a larger life pool is also going to be very helpful. Now, where is that last boss? Oh, not far at all. Chevron. Let's see what you got. Chevron is the person who made that wonderful...
I shall preserve your beauty for eternity.
Well, considering she made Brutus, I'm not sure...
Prevail.
I'm not sure I want that kind of beauty. Wow. You evil witches sure love your...
Prevail.
You sure you love your lightning attacks, don't you? Not that I'm one to talk.
After Brutus, I'm glad I won't be seeing any more of your work.
I give her attacks a B-. They're much easier to dodge than they appear. So let's look at those wonderful story items we got. Malachi's lungs. Ooh, I don't want to breathe the same air as the hoi polloi. Right. Arrogance just oozes from the descriptions of all of those pieces of Malachi. Which is, of course, very fitting. In case you missed the story, our friend Malachi is currently merged with the Beast and getting ready to set up a catastrophe worse than what made Rayclast the way it is. So, of course, we want to put a stop to that. And, Malachi's vision is slightly different from Piety's, so of course Piety wants to stop him too. As revenge for the horrible, horrible things he did to her, which she of course did to plenty other people, but that's beside the point, I suppose.
You've come such a long way since we first met in Axiom Prison. I was that close to snuffing you out then and there, sister. But now look at us, working together to destroy the greatest terror that Rayclast has ever known. If I were the crying type, it'd bring a tear to my eye.
Well, there we go. This looks fairly central. Oh, there you are. This is, of course, only the start. And it consists of two phases. One of which is Piety removing the boss's shield so that I can damage it. And the other part is Piety turning into her nightmare self, in which case you have to deal a bunch of damage to her to go back to the other phase.
Now, Exile!
Well, that was a lot of damage, wasn't it? Maybe I should pay more attention.
Die and be reborn.
Well,
This is what I get for trying to be a bloody hero. Who'd have thought you'd be so suited to the role?
I'm even more
I was
surprised than you
convinced I made
are.
a fatal mistake in sparing your life in Axiom Prison. Fatal, yes, but a mistake? No. Go now, sister. It's up to you to teach Malachi the true definition of nightmare.
I hope it is Blizzard Piety. That'll make it happen often.
Let us see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare.
I don't actually care what it truly means to be Nightmare, whatever that is. Yep, that's the phone.
Being selfish.
I'm being selfish, you say. Well, I can't really say that he's wrong, considering that this is the witch I'm playing. Also, to deal with these invulnerability phases, I need to deal with whatever side things appear, like that thing I just took apart. Those minor enemies, oh, like that. That is one of those things that makes the boss invulnerable and I have to get rid of it. So the worst thing that those tentacles do is that they cause chill, which slows down my attack. Oops, gotta be more careful. And there's the last one. That's kind of a theme that I appreciate. The Dialis had the same thing. Whoa. Definitely need to recover.
You are being selfish.
Probably, but I mean, I shouldn't consider myself too awful for trying to survive, just saying.
So flat. Better reflect. It's really not so bad once you get to know it.
I wish that the game audio was not a bit less loud so I could hear what the witch was saying. I'm sure it would be lots of fun. Any shoes? Nope. Nope. Well, there's these, but one blue slot is not enough. Oh well. I shall continue the search for shoes.
What cannot be understood should be feared. It is the first rule that a child learns. There is no shame in my saying this. I fear you, witch. You will be remembered.
So let's talk about Diala. She looked a lot worse for wear after firing that magical cannon thing.
What is that in your eyes? That glistening, that softness. Is that pity? Take those pitying eyes away before I pluck them from your face. The little girl walked into a dark, dark cave. The little girl met a dark, dark beast. The little girl ate its dark, dark heart. My Malachi is dead. I knew it, felt it, understood it the moment you struck the final blow. We dreamed only the greatest dreams, Malachi and I. A truly eternal empire, eternal life, eternal love. A future no longer afraid of the past. Eternal lies. Eternal loss. Those are our true gifts to Rayclast. This land could not have asked for a worse king and queen. Rayclast leaves the past behind it now. Malachi's past. My past. It thanks you, not a cockroach. It loves you. I wish that I could do the same. Take this. I've given everything else to him. My youth and beauty, my body and mind, my heart, and at last, the only thing he ever gave to me in return, my gemling power. This is all I have left. I entrust it to you, not a cockroach. Malachi taught me not to trust anyone. It is time to forget everything that Malachi taught me.
Oh, here we go. Well, these gems are something marvelous. I don't even know where to start. Well, maybe not with area of effect, but still. I think I'm trying to decide between more projectiles and spell echo, and I think I'm gonna go with spell echo.
They all leave me.
Ooh,
They
wow.
all leave me. I am a cockroach. Still, I live.
Wow. Okay, so I'm trying to move
I am a
around
cockroach.
to. I'm trying to move around to
I am a cockroach.
give a better idea of what the model looks like.
I was right to have faith in you, Cursebreaker. You have succeeded where we have failed. You have slain a creature that was thought to live forever in the minds of those who came before you. Vol, Daresso, Kaum, Deshret, the greatest champions Rayclast has seen in the last 300 years. You stood where they fell. Now you are the champion of champions, and Rayclast should bow at your feet in gratitude. You certainly have my gratitude, and that of my Akara. We have been exiled from our land by fear and misguided duty. Now we may return, to ride where we will, live how we wish.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, those wonderful gem spikes on the head are gone. All of... Wow. You are looking really bad. Probably not even immortal anymore. Such a huge difference. Well, time to move on.
I knew you would embrace the beast, yet I couldn't know that you would squeeze the very life from it.
So, he speaks too quietly for me to spend too much time.
When a boil is fat with infection, it glistens with the luster of foes' youth. Once that boil leaps its corruption away and shrivels to torture.
I think Grinding Gear Games should really fix that up.
It's obvious to everyone now.
There's no one like you, Witch.
Beast named after her.
And the whole of Rayclast will learn about it, one way or another.
So I guess this is the happily ever after they promised us when we were kids, right, Vanya?
For us, for Rayclast, maybe. What about you, sister? Do you even know what that looks like for you?
There's plenty of happiness to go around now.
You deserve a piece of it.
Now, all of this talk that sounds like it's the end of the game is because, much like Act 3, Act 4 was once the final act before moving on to the next difficulty loop. However, that's changed, and in some of the text I skipped, they mentioned that there's a way back to Oriath, the place I was exiled from. That sounds very interesting, and I would like to go there and have a chat with some of the people who sent the likes of Dominus, and me for that matter, to Rayclast. That, I think, will have to wait until next time, though. There are plenty of huge confrontations for now, and I'll show you the beginning of the next step next time. Later!